teaming up for social justice in the game of life. Welcome to the Game of Life Mentoring Podcast. I'm your host, Gail Nelson, President and CEO of Big Brothers, Big Sisters Miami, and the host of this podcast as we reflect on Juneteenth, a day that enslaved Black Americans were told that they were free. Freedom Day, almost 3 years after the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln. We reflect today. We remember today. But we also talk about the future. Partnership, mentoring, social justice, and law enforcement. We're here today with incredible leaders in our community. I'm pleased to be in the Dolphins locker room with the one and only Jason Jenkins, Senior Vice President, Communications and Community Affairs for the Miami Dolphins. Chief Larry Juriga, Chief of the North Miami Police Department. Chief Delma Noel Pratt, the first female police chief in the city of Miami Gardens. And Ronald Washington, Public Information Officer for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, FWC. Welcome to the Game of Life, everybody.
Thanks for having us, Gil.
As we talk teamwork today, and Jason, let's start with you as we think about just social justice. And as we come out of this pandemic and fans are coming back to stadiums as well, and some folks just say, I just want to watch a game, no more, no less. What educational opportunities do we have to teach on social justice?
Now, we're excited that we might have full stadiums coming back here at the Hard Rock Stadium, but you kind of look in this locker room, you see our players, all the different walks of life they come from. You see our fans, and it doesn't matter when we score to win a touchdown and win the game. You look at the stands, doesn't matter your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, your identity, ability, your faith, anything. People get connected in those moments, and they get excited to be a part of a community. So our goal to those fans is to say, you're a part of this community, and you're part of this great South Florida community, and we're going to do our part to help raise all these intersections and really connect around humanity, connect around social justice and equality.
Humanity, I love that. And speaking of humanity, Chiefs, we talked last year on the Juneteenth Podcast, post-George Floyd incident, about racial tensions and just social justice. Chief Pratt, I'll start with you. What's improved?
Well, I believe we're talking about it now. Before, we didn't want to have that serious conversation about the issue at hand. And now we're engaged with the community a lot more. We actually listen to what is it that's going on? What is it that they want? What do they want to see that's more positive than negative? And we're working together with them in order to have that happen.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Chief Juriga, same question to you, sir. What's changed or improved, more importantly, since last year?
Well, the law enforcement community has recognized the need for change, and many changes are happening around the country. In South Florida, we have an accountability and reform committee that we put together with the Day Chiefs, and we're looking to do the best things with our community in order to make the better change.
It's all about moving forward. And as we think about this team, you all are the team today, so as we take the field in the game of life, this is what this is all about. It's more than just a conversation today. It's about specific actions. And Ronald, as a big brother and as a member of law enforcement as well, as we protect our natural and resources and our wildlife, you were on the big stage not long ago with your little brother, Cedric, who's a resident here in the city of Miami Gardens. But you talked about breaking the cycle from the school to prison pipeline. What specifically have you done with your little brother?
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here and building this network of counselors, mentors, friends for underprivileged youth in the community and people who want to volunteer and give back, like myself. I'm from Miami Gardens. Cedric is from Miami Gardens. Specifically, we spend most of our time outdoors. Whenever I pick up Cedric, we go to the park. We're either trail hiking, we're biking, we're playing football. So I'm trying to teach him that a whole community exists besides Miami Gardens. You know, there's a lot more out there. There's nature, and it's not just for a select few group of individuals. It's for everybody. So nature is a necessity, and that's what Big Brothers has empowered me to do. He feels safe around me. His boundaries are reduced around me, and it's awesome to have that privilege.
Relationships.
Yeah.
And Let's talk family. As I look at, you're a new dad, congratulations, and we have moms and dads here. Chief Juriga, your dad was deputy chief of the same department where you serve and lead. The legacy of positive relationships. Tell me what he taught you about that.
Well, he taught me the importance of respect, respecting everyone you deal with, respecting the neighbors in the community, respecting your coworkers, and even respecting the bad guys. And he also taught me the importance of earning their respect. You don't demand it. The badge doesn't give it to you. You have to earn their respect. So that was the main factor he taught me throughout my career, and now as I grow into a man.
Now, you outrank him from a law enforcement standpoint, but you will never outrank Dad at home.
That is correct. I will never outrank him. He's always the boss, always the chief.
There you go. Do you refer to him as chief?
No, sir.
Okay.
I refer to him as sir.
That works. That works. But mutual trust and respect. And speaking of respect, Chief Pratt, first female police chief, City of Miami Gardens. Majority of males in law enforcement.
Yes.
I won't say male dominated. I'll just say majority of males in law enforcement. That was intentional.
Yes.
How have you addressed any biases and really just diminished expectations for women in law enforcement?
Well, basically laying down the foundation, the platform, making sure I lead by example, show them that I can do the same thing that they're doing, and just making sure I get outside of those four walls. That's my office, and go out there in the field. A lot of times I go out there, I'm out there doing traffic stops just like they're doing traffic stops. I'm supporting them also in their role. And they understand that I'm here as a support system. I'm here as a leader. And I also have promoted a lot of women within the department. So that shows them that I actually trust a lot of the females that are in the department, and that we can do the same work that they're doing.
A single mother raised this young man that you're talking to right now. So there's no doubt on the power of women.
Yes.
And it's so good to see diversity within the law enforcement space as well. And I'm sure there's no issues with the gentleman respecting you either.
No, there better not be.
Very good. That's mama talking. That's mama
exactly,
chief.
Exactly.
Jason, as we think about the national partnership, Big Brothers Big Sisters of America has partnered with the National Football League and their Inspired Change initiative. Locally, the Miami Dolphins Football Unites program is just an incredible stalwart partner of Bigs in Blue with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Miami. Why is that so important in this social justice conversation?
Absolutely. I mean, it starts with leadership. It starts with you, the work that you've put together in establishing these programs. And you look at the people that are here today. They're in the streets, literally. They're doing the hard work, and they're doing the mentorship that's really going to really change and help develop, our youth and also our culture. For us in the Miami Dolphins, we have 3 pillars in our Football Unites program: to improve relationships, foster understanding, and to engage and experience the South Florida culture. So we really want to work with organizations that are putting in this work. And you see by the panelists you have today, you see by the work that's being done, that this is the organization to be a part of it and work with, because they're really working to inspire change.
Well, as the Dolphins not only succeed on the field, I just have to thank you on behalf of all the bigs and littles and the families for just being that partner in the Bigs and Blue space. We have everybody here, if you look at it, Jason, these are big brothers and a big sister.
Absolutely.
And so that's what partnership really looks like. And speaking of just respect, Ronald, FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Did I get that right?
Absolutely.
I've practiced a few times. But having said that, how do we leverage the outdoors in helping teach valuable lessons? We talk about folks respecting each other, regardless of their background, regardless of any characteristic. It's humanity. Yes. But our outdoors, our natural resources, our wildlife, how do we leverage that to teach lessons?
Well, it starts by getting kids out of the classroom. You can't learn about the outdoors on a personal level from the classroom in science class. So what I'm trying to do with Cedric, and as a mentor, is to get kids unplugged. Take the headphones out, unplug the video game system, walk away from the TV, and get on a boat, get on a bike. Even if you want to just go for a walk through a state park, it's free. Nature belongs to everybody. So I want people to build that relationship and connection like I've found when I've discovered FWC. Build that connection because nature is a necessity.
I've seen a lot of pictures of you and Cedric holding things I probably would not hold. What's the most exotic animal that Cedric, your little brother, has experienced with you?
He's held a python. There's a picture, and I could share it with you
okay.
later. It took 4 of us to hold that python, but he was right there in the middle holding his weight. It must have been about 16 feet long.
Incredible. But that's an experience that young man will never forget.
He'll never forget that.
Incredible.
And there's a picture to prove it.
Chief Jariga, your little brother Cole, speaking of outdoors, you guys have gone fishing, but you can tell me about that fishing trip, but also what has been a big brother, how has it helped you as a law enforcement leader?
Well, being a big brother helps me engage with the community. By you coming to our department and encouraging our men and women to be a part of it, you see the numbers. It gives us personal one-on-one opportunities, but then also as a group for us to engage with the community. And these kids just don't speak to us about it. They speak to their friends about it. They speak to their families about it, and how engaging with the police department has really been beneficial to both of us. But back to fishing. When Cole had never been fishing before, so that was one of the things he asked if we could do. So it was great. I've been fishing my whole life. And one of the things I learned was, give me a fish, I eat for a day. Teach me to fish, and I can eat for a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
And so we went out to the North Miami Pier and on North Bayshore Drive, fished for a couple hours, had a great time. And even if you're not catching anything, you're engaging, you're having conversations, you're joking with each other. And it was great because although we don't have a picture, we caught a fish, a few this big.
There you go.
It was a great day out there with him.
Time together.
Yes, sir.
Chief Pratt, you've had a number of, how many little sisters have you had?
3.
3 little sisters.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about them, how that's helped you as a leader in law enforcement.
The youngest was a 4th grader that I had, struggled in school, so I helped her with her schoolwork. And then the next one struggled in life. So therefore, I've been there for her. She's attending college right now. She's attending Florida Memorial right now. And then the 3rd one, Jordan, she's a junior right now at Florida State University. Yes. Super excited about being in their lives, about mentoring them, teaching them, making sure that I'm a positive role model in their life. Just making sure that I'm present. I think that's so important, to let them know that I'm here to support them in whatever way they need it. And just making sure that I'm continuously there. It just doesn't stop when they leave high school. It's a matter of texting them, calling them, checking on them, seeing how they're doing, because this is a lifetime. This is not just a moment in time, this is a lifetime. So I'm just very glad that I'm in their life, and I'm glad that their parents allow me to be in their life.
Yes.
And Big Brothers Big Sisters is very special to me.
Now, Jordan,
Yes.
we're talking women in law enforcement.
Yes.
Your little sister Jordan plans to enter law enforcement,
Yes, she
specifically
does.
the FBI, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she stated that she wants to be an FBI agent, and so this is just a journey in life, and just a step for her. And I'm helping her do that, just making sure that she stays focused, she applies for different internships, and she does the things that she needs in order to become that agent that she wants to be.
And that looks pretty good on that application.
Sure
First
does.
reference,
Yes.
Chief
Yes, it does.
Delma Noel Pratt,
Yes,
big
it does.
sister.
And I wish I would have had somebody being able to mentor me as I grew up in life. So I take this to heart. I'm a mother of 3 daughters, and so I'm very proud to be a part of her life and to see her journey.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Jason, as we had the NFL draft not long ago, and the Dolphins got better on the field. As we seek to get better in the community, but as we launch our big draft, recruiting new bigs here in Miami starting in August, as we kick off the football season, we plan to, not only with the respective law enforcement departments, but also just around the entire Miami community. How important is that mentoring, in that mentoring space for social justice?
Well, no one has gotten anywhere in life without a mentor. I mean, I would not be here. You heard Chief Pratt as well. And it's the same for everyone. I mean, mentorship helps you, mentorship grows you, and also showing that humanity and showing someone that you care for them gives them that ability to know that they can go on. I know for us, we had the big draft last year. I believe it was the first one for an NFL team.
In the nation,
In the nation. And I tell you what, our players they were just excited to be a part of that as well, especially during COVID, during that time in the virtual setting. They had a great time interacting. And it's really just inspired a lot of people. And we're glad to be a part of that as stewards of this community. We're glad to stand by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Miami as they work to do this, do this great work in the community.
Well, the draft is every year, and we got to keep drafting, so because we have more kids
Absolutely.
who want to not only go into law enforcement, but just need that trusted friend and counsel.
Absolutely.
And as I think about kids, Ronald, your little brother, and he said something that really moved me, and it moved many of the people in the crowd at our gala. He said, "I don't have a relationship with my father." He said, "For a little boy, that hurts." I'm quoting your little brother. You recall what he said. He said he loves you unconditionally. You're a new father. I mean, what does that mean to you? Having a young man that's not biologically related to you, that looks to you as a father figure.
It speaks to the potential of what an organization like Big Brothers can offer. Just when I became a Big Brother, never would I have thought a young man within the span of 5-6 years will tell me he loves me unconditionally. Never would have thought that. So it's a spiritual level. I mean, being loved unconditionally, I told my wife that. I love my son unconditionally. So hearing it from Cedric shows that we're blood. We're practically blood. So it means so much.
Here we are, yet again, reflecting on Juneteenth. And I just want to say to each and every one of you, Jason, your leadership with the Dolphins and in this community is priceless. The partnership with the Miami Dolphins means so much to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Miami. Chief Jariga, I remember vividly, I don't know what rank you had at the time, but when I came to North Miami Police Department years ago, I was a little younger then, and let's just say you stood out. And that smile, and I think, were you a deputy chief then? And what was your rank when I first?
Assistant chief then, yes.
You were assistant chief, but your buy-in to Bigs and Blue. And this was not as a result of an incident. It wasn't something that was just for good PR. You bought in right away, and I thank you for that.
Thank you,
Chief Pratt, even when you were with Miami-Dade PD, every step of the way, long before you were chief, you were a big sister.
Yes.
And so that maternal, big sister value add that you've brought to so many young ladies' lives is, I thank you for that. And Ronald, as you expose, you don't have to bring me a python, I'm good. But I just want to say, exposing our kids, especially kids from the inner city, to the great outdoors, so they can respect not only themselves, but wildlife and our natural resources as well. So thank you for your service, not only in uniform, but as a big brother as well. Thank you all for being a part of the team. On behalf of our bigs, our littles, and our families, we appreciate you so, so very much. Here in the Game of Life, as the Dolphins take the field, they will take care of business. And all of these individuals, through law enforcement, the Miami Dolphins Football Unites program, teaming up with Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Miami, we want to do our level best as we reflect on history, the past. May we learn from it and make it a brighter future. Because in the game of life, everybody makes the team, but how you play is up to you.